So today we're going to be reading the first four chapters of Ruth. Now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled that there was a famine in the land, and a certain man of, I'm not sure how you say that, went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he and his wife and his two sons. And the name of the man was Elimelech. Elimelech, I think that's how you say it. And the name of his wife was Naomi, and the name of his two sons Halak and Chiron, and how you say these two names. And they came into the country of Moab and continued there. And Amalek, Naomi's husband, died, and she was left her and her two sons. And they took themselves wives of the women of Moab. The name of the one was Opha, and the name of the other Ruth. And they dwelt there about 10 years. And Hanlok and Chilion, maybe, died also, both of them, and the woman was left without her two sons and her husband. Then she arose with her daughters-in-law, that she might return from the country of Moab, for she had heard in the country of Moab how the Lord had visited his people in giving them bread. Therefore she went forth out of the place where she was, and her two daughters-in-law with her, and they went on the way to return unto the land of Judah. And Naomi said unto her daughters-in-law, Go, return each to your mother's house. The Lord did kindly with you, as ye have dwelt. Oh no, it doesn't say dwelt. No, it says dwelt, I'm not too sure. With the dead and with me. The Lord grant to you that ye may find rest, each of you in the house of her husband. Then she kissed them and lifted up their voice and wept. And they said unto her, Surely we will return with thee unto thy people. And Naomi said, Turn back, my daughters, why will ye go with me? Are there yet any more sons in my womb, that they may be your husbands? Turn back, my daughters, go your way, for I am too old to have a husband. If I should say, I have hope, if I should have a husband also tonight, and should also bear sons, would ye tarry for them until they were grown? Would ye refrain from them from having husbands? Nay, my daughters, for it grieveth me much for your sakes that the hand of the Lord hath gone out against me. And they lifted up their voices and wept again. And Orpha kissed her mother-in-law, but Ruth cleaved unto her. And she said, Behold, thy sister-in-law has gone back unto her people and unto her gods. Return thou after thy sister-in-law. And Ruth said, Entreat me not to leave me, or to return from following after thee, for whitherst thou goest I will go, and where there are lodges I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people, and thy God be my God. Where thou diest I will die, and there will I be buried. For the Lord do so to me, and more also, if aught be but death part thee and me. When she saw that she was steadfastly minded to go with her, then she left off speaking unto her. So the two went until they came to Bethlehem. And it came to pass, when they had come to Bethlehem, that the city was moved concerning them. And they said, Is this Naomi? And she said unto them, Call me not Naomi, that is pleasant. Call me Mary, that is bitter, for the Almighty hath dwelt very bitterly with thee. I'm not sure if these bits are like translations or not. I went out full, and the Lord hath brought me home empty again. Why then call ye me Naomi, saying, The Lord hath steadfastly hath testified against me, and the Almighty have afflicted me. So Naomi returned, and the Moabites, her daughters-in-law, with her, who returned out of the country of Moab, and they came to Bethlehem in the beginning of barley harvest. How do I go back to the next page? Oh, here we go. I like that. Okay. So this is Ruth Chapter 2. And Naomi had a kinsman of her husband's, a mighty man of wealth, of his family Elimelech, and his name was Boaz. And Ruth the Moabitess said unto Naomi, Let me now go to the field and glean ears of corn after him whose sight I will find grace. And she said unto her, Go, my daughters. And she went and came and gleaned in the field after her reapers. And she happened to light on a part of the field belonging to Boaz, who was the kindred of Elimelech. I think Boaz is actually quite a faithful person. Anyway, and behold, Boaz came from Bethlehem and said unto the reapers, The Lord be with you. And they answered him, The Lord bless thee. Then said Boaz unto his servant who was set over the reapers, Whose damsel is this? And the servant who was set over the reapers answered and said, It is the Moabite damsel who came back with Naomi out of the country of Moab. And she said, I pray ye, let me glean and gather after the reapers among the sheavers. So she came and hath continued even from the morning unto now, except she tarried a little in the house. Then Boaz said unto Ruth, Hearest thou not, my daughter? Go not to glean in another field, neither go from hence, but abide here fast by my maidens. Let thine eyes be on the field that they reap, and go thou after them. Have I not charged the young men that they shall not touch thee? And when thou art athirst, go into the vessels and drink of that which the young men have drawn. And she fell on her face and bowed herself to the ground, and said unto him, Why have I found grace in thine eyes, that thou shouldest take notice of me, saying that I am a stranger? And Boaz answered and said unto her, It hath fully been shown to me all that thou hast done unto my mother-in-law since the death of thine husband, and how thou hast left thy father and thy mother, and the land of the nativity, I think that's how you say it, and hast come unto a people whom thou knewest not heretofore. So I think that means like before or something. The Lord recompense thy work, and a full reward will be given thee from the Lord God of Israel, under whose wings hast thou come to trust. Then he said, then she said, Let me find favour in thy sight, my Lord, for thou hast comforted me, and thou hast spoken friendly unto thine handmaid, though I am not like unto one of thine handmaidens. And Boaz said unto her, At mealtime come thou hither, and eat of the bread, and dip thy morsel in the vinegar. And she sat beside the reapers, and he passed to her parched corn, and she ate, and was sustained. No, I don't know how you say it, and left. And she said, and when she had risen up to glean, Boaz commanded his young men, saying, Let her glean even among the sheaves, and reproach her not. Let fall also some of the handflow purposely for her, and leave them that she may glean unto them, and rebuke her not. So she gleaned in the field until evening, and beat out what she had gleaned, and it was about an orphad of barley. So that, I think that's like some like biblical way of measuring stuff. And she took it up and went into the city, and her mother-in-law saw what she had gleaned, and she brought it forth and gave it to her what she had reserved after she was. So I'm not sure I said the word. And her mother-in-law said unto her, Where hast thou gleaned today, and where wroughtest thou? Blessed be he that took notice of thee. And she showed her mother-in-law in whom she had worked, and said, The man's name with whom I walked today is Boaz. And Naomi said unto her daughter-in-law, Blessed be he of the Lord, who hath not left off his kindness to do the living and to the dead. And Naomi said unto her, The man is near of kin unto us, one of our next kinsmen. And Ruth the Moabitess said, He said unto me, Thou shalt keep fast by my young men until they have entered all my harvest. And Naomi said unto Ruth, her daughter-in-law, It is good, my daughter, that thou go out to the maids, that they meet thee not in any other field. So she kept by the maidens of Boaz to glean unto the end of the barley harvest and wheat harvest, and dwelt with her mother-in-law. So I get chapter 3. I'm starting to get the hang of using Bible Gateway because this is my first time using Bible Gateway. So at first I was a bit confused. I didn't really know how to use it, but I do now. So yeah. Anyway, then Naomi, her mother-in-law, said unto her, My daughter, shall I not seek rest for thee, that it may be well with thee? And now is not Boaz of our kindred, who with whose maidens thou wast, behold, who winnoweth barley tonight at the threshing floor. Wash thyself therefore, and anoint thee, and put thy raiment upon thee, and get thee down to the floor, but make it not thyself known unto the man, until he shall have until he shall have done eating and drinking. And it shall be, when he lieth down, that thou shalt mark the place where he shall lie, and thou shalt go in and drink of his feet, and lay thee down, and he will tell thee what thou shalt do. And he said unto her, All that thou sayest unto me I will do. And she went down unto the floor, and did according to all that her mother-in-law had. And she went down unto the floor, and did according to all that her mother-in-law bade her. And when Boaz had eaten and drunk, and his heart was merry, he went to lie down at the end of the heap of corn, and she came softly and uncovered his feet, and laid herself down. And it came to pass at midnight, that the man was afraid, and turned himself, and behold, a woman lay at his feet. And he said, Who art thou? And she said, I am Ruth, thine handmaid. Spread therefore thy guilt over thine handmaid, for thou art only a kinsman. And he said, Blessed be thou of the Lord God, and of the Lord, my daughter, for thou hast shown me more kindness in the latter end than at the beginning, inasmuch as thou followest not young men, whether poor or rich. And my daughter, fear not, I will do for thee that thou requestest, for all the city of my people doth know that thou art a virtuous woman. And it is true that I am thy king's maid. However, that be the king's, there is a kinsman nearer than I. Tarry this night, and it shall be in the morning, that if he will perform unto thee the part of the kinsman well, let him do the kinsman's part. But if he will not do the part of the kinsman for thee, then I will do the part of the kinsman for thee, as the Lord liveth. Lie down unto the morning. And she lay at his feet unto the morning, and she arose before one could know another. And she said, Let it not be known that a woman came unto the floor. Also he said, Bring the veil that thou hast upon thee, and hold it. And when she held it, he measured 6 measures of barley, and laid it on her, and she went into the city. And when she came to her mother-in-law, she said, "Here art thou, my daughter." And she told her all that the man had done to her. And she said, "These 6 measures of barley gave he more, for he said unto me, Go not empty unto thy mother-in-law." Then said she, Sit still, my daughter, until thou know how the matter will fall. For the man will not be in rest until he hath finished the thing this day. Then went Boaz up to the gate, and sat himself down there. And behold, the kinsman of whom Boaz spoke came by, unto whom he said, O such a one, turn aside, sit down here. And he turned aside and sat down. And he took 10 men of the elders of the city, and said, Sit ye down here. And they sat down. And he said unto the kinsman Nehemiah, who hath came again out of the country of Moab, selleth a parcel of land, which was our brother Elimelech's. Actually, I think that might be Amalek or Elimelech. Not sure. It might be right. It might just be different ways of pronouncing it. And I thought to advise thee, saying, Buy it before the inhabitants and before the elders of the people. If thou wilt redeem it, but if thou wilt not redeem it, then tell me, that I may know. For there is none to redeem it besides thee, and I am after thee. And he said, I will redeem it. Then said Boaz, What day thou buyest the field from the hand of Naomi, that thou must buy it also from Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of the dead, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance. And the kinsman said, I cannot redeem it for myself, lest I mine own inheritance. Redeem thou my right for thyself, for I cannot redeem it. Now this was the manner in former times in Israel, concerning redeeming and concerning engaging to confirm all things. A man plucked off his shoe and gave it to his neighbor, and this was the testimony in Israel. Therefore the kinsman said unto Boaz, Buy it for thyself. So he drew off his shoe. And Boaz said unto the elders and unto all the people, Ye are witness this day that I have bought all that Elimelech and all that was Chalon's and Machlon's from the hand of Naomi. Moreover, Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of Machlon, have I purchased to be my wife, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance, that the name of the dead be not cut off from among his brethren, and from the gate of his place. Ye are witnesses day. And all the people who were at the gate and the elders said, We are witness. The Lord made the woman who hath come into thine house like Rachel and like Leah, which to build the house of Israel, and to do thine thou worthy in every I'm not sure you say that name, and be famous in Bethlehem. And let thy house be like the house of Persia, maybe, whom Tamar bore unto Judah. Oh, Joshua, sorry. Oh no, that is Judah, no mind. Of the seed which the Lord shall give thee by this young woman. So Boaz took Ruth, and she was his wife, and when he went in unto her, the Lord gave her conception, and she bare a son. And the woman said unto Naomi, Blessed be the Lord, who hath not left this day without a kinsman, man, that his name may be famous in Israel. And he shall be unto thee a restorer of life, and a nourisher of thine old age, for thy daughter-in-law who loveth thee, who is better to thee than 7 sons, hath bore him. And Naomi took the child and laid it in her bosom, and became nurse unto it. And the woman her neighbours gave it a name, saying, There is a son born to Naomi. And they called his name Obed. He is the father of Jesse, the father of David. Now these are the generations of Persia. Persia begat Hezron, and Hezron begot Ram, and Ram begot, not sure you say that name, and that's also the same name again, begot Nahshon, and Nahshon became Salam, and Salam begat Boaz, and Boaz begat Obed, and Obed begat Jesse, and Jesse begat David. So yeah, that was the first 4 chapters of Ruth, and hopefully I'll be doing the rest of the book of Ruth in the next couple of days.